Good evening, all. Bote all. Felicien Morpho here on behalf of the whole DITC team. We are here today to present our first ever DApp implemented on the Cardano network, namely in djangui, which is really about managing local savings account in the context of Africa, which we usually call Tongqin. So this is the welcome page of the app. We did cut off some, use cases. I will suppose there's a connected and authentify user. And we jump right to the first use case, which is really about initializing what we call Tongqin. So it has basically three fields. The name we give to the Tongqin. I prepare one for you. The ITC team weekly Tongqin. The periodicity of the Tongqin, which means how frequent people make contributions. So let's take 1 month for that matter. The next field is really about the amount of each contribution. In this case, we'll take 1,200, and on the right hand over here, screen, you can pick the currency that you are willing to use. So let's pick the local currency, FCFA. So this basically concludes the initiation, and we do it by clicking on register. So very quickly, you see the message there. A little bit of cleanup to do, not a big deal, but we got the confirmation that the Tongqin was effectively created. That pushed us to the next fundamental use case, which is then configuring our Tongqin. You can see the menu on the left hand side here, configure Tongqin. There on the landing page, we have, previously we had input to Tongqin in the system. The one we just created or initiated is actually here. And there are, the first step of each Tongqin is adding, kind of like the rules, the fundamental rules. And the way we do it is we click on these three dots here, and we click on add rules. So which is basically uploading a file that describes like the rules of the Tongqin, especially on the legal aspect and many other aspects that we will develop on in our next presentation. So I'm going straight to choose a file. So let's see if I can navigate to the right folder. Where is it? I prepare a folder here for you. So Tongqin, no, not that one. Let me back up a bit. Instead, it's this one. And then we'll pick this file, which basically has all the rules for the Tongqin we are creating. So once we do that, we can submit it, which confirms that it was submitted successfully. So at this stage, we have configured the first aspect of our Tongqin. So let's go back here and take a look at our Tongqin and see other actions that we can configure. So the next thing to do is to define roles around the Tongqin. And the way it usually happens here is that people that get together and decide on an amount to contribute within a certain periodicity, they organize themselves in specific roles. So this use case here allow us to just add that. So the system comes with, some pre-built roles. We can start with the president, and I can select more of them. The secretary, and as I select them, you see they're showing down there and telling me that, those are the two rows that I currently have. Let's continue and add a few more. So we have 3 rows. So there they are. And once you are satisfied with your roles, you click on register. So at this point, we have initiated our tontine, we have specified the rules for our tontine, and then we have defined the roles that future members of the tontine that join the tontine will play. So next, let's go back to our tontine and see the next thing we can do. So here we have an obvious action, which is add a member. And adding a member is actually allows us at this point to invite members into our tontine. So the way I do it, I click on that, and these are kind of, because the way the system is set up is when you create a tontine or your account, you are, there's a notion of tenancy, and within a tenancy there are already users that can be invited within the tontine that are created under that tenancy. So here you see we have like a number of users. So we will pick Ted, for example. We will invite him, so as you can see, his invitation is pending. We can invite a second member. I will go with Chanda Jean-Pierre and click on invite. It's confirmed, the invitation was sent, and there's a slight problem there, so I can just revoke the member as well, and revoke the invitation to kind of like eliminate the invitation that I just sent. So let's invite a third member. So we'll go for let's do Dema. So we'll invite Dema. So he's already a member. Actually, Dema is the person who, it's me actually like creating this tontine. So I'm already a member. That makes sense. So let's try one last member just to make it a little bit more interesting. We will do Wamba Mbarga and see what we get. Okay, so it's confirmed there. So we do have two valid members that we have invited. One already accepted. We have the second one still pending. I will say that in the background, I'm working with the whole team. So we are doing this demo together.